The studio lights blaze down on the set of the Jimmy Kimmel live show, where the audience is buzzing with anticipation. Sylvester Stallone, the iconic action star known for his roles in Rocky and Rambo, strides onto the stage with his trademark swagger. His larger-than-life presence fills the room as he shakes hands with Jimmy Kimmel, the charismatic host known for his sharp wit and playful banter. The crowd roars with applause, eager to hear Stallone's latest stories from Hollywood and beyond. But as the interview begins, there's an undeniable tension in the air. Kimmel, with his mischievous grin, dives into questions about Stallone's career, his recent projects, and his legendary status in the film industry. The conversation starts off light, with Stallone sharing anecdotes about his early days in Hollywood, the struggles of breaking into the industry, and the creation of Rocky, a film that defined a generation. The audience is hooked, laughing at Stallone's self-deprecating humor and his tales of grit and determination. Yet, Kimmel, ever the provocateur, begins to steer the conversation toward more personal territory, probing into Stallone's recent controversies and his outspoken views on certain political topics. The mood shifts subtly as Stallone's smile tightens, his eyes narrowing slightly, hinting at discomfort. Kimmel, sensing the shift, doubles down, asking pointed questions about Stallone's public persona and his off-screen antics. The crowd senses the brewing storm, their cheers turning into murmurs. Stallone, known for his fiery temperament, responds with a measured but firm tone, defending his choices and values. The exchange grows heated, with Kimmel's playful jabs met with Stallone's increasingly defensive retorts. The atmosphere crackles with tension as the two men lock eyes, each refusing to back down. The audience, now on edge, watches as the interview teeters on the brink of something explosive, setting the stage for a confrontation that no one saw coming but everyone will remember. As the interview progresses, the clash between Sylvester Stallone and Jimmy Kimmel becomes impossible to ignore. Kimmel, with his knack for pushing buttons, brings up a recent social media post where Stallone expressed strong opinions on a divisive issue. The question is framed with Kimmel's signature blend of humor and skepticism, but it lands like a punch to Stallone's pride. The action star's face hardens, his voice dropping to a low, intense growl as he responds. He speaks passionately about his beliefs, drawing on his life experiences and the challenges he's faced in the industry. The audience is captivated, hanging on his every word, but there's an undercurrent of unease. Kimmel, undeterred, counters with a quip that cuts a little too deep, questioning Stallone's relevance in today's rapidly changing Hollywood landscape. The crowd gasps, sensing the line has been crossed. Stallone leans forward, his muscular frame tense, and fires back with a pointed remark about Kimmel's own career, accusing him of pandering to the audience for laughs. The exchange escalates quickly, with both men trading verbal blows, each refusing to yield. The producers in the control room exchange nervous glances, unsure whether to cut to commercial or let the drama unfold. Stallone's passion is palpable, his words dripping with conviction as he defends his legacy and his right to speak his mind. Kimmel, ever the showman, tries to diffuse the tension with a joke, but it falls flat, met with stony silence from Stallone. The audience, torn between loyalty to their beloved host and admiration for Stallone's raw intensity, watches in stunned silence as the confrontation reaches a boiling point. The energy in the room is electric, with every word carrying the weight of a potential breaking point, leaving everyone wondering how this explosive moment will resolve. The third segment of the interview becomes a battleground of egos, with neither Stallone nor Kimmel willing to concede ground. Stallone, his voice rising, recounts the sacrifices he's made for his career, from writing Rocky in a cramped apartment to risking everything to bring his vision to life. He challenges Kimmel's insinuations, asserting that his opinions come from a place of hard-earned wisdom, not mere bravado. Kimmel, sensing the intensity, tries to pivot, asking about Stallone's upcoming projects, but the action star isn't ready to let go. He calls out what he perceives as Kimmel's attempt to trivialize his perspective, accusing the host of playing to the crowd rather than engaging in a real conversation. The audience, now fully invested, erupts in a mix of cheers and boos, reflecting their divided loyalties. Kimmel, caught off guard by Stallone's ferocity, tries to regain control with a light-hearted comment, But it only fuels Stallone's fire. The star launches into a passionate monologue about authenticity, integrity, and the importance of standing up for what you believe in, even when it's unpopular. His words resonate with some in the audience, who applaud his conviction, while others shift uncomfortably, unsure how to react. The tension is palpable, with the camera zooming in on Stallone's clenched fists and Kimmel's forced smile. Behind the scenes, the production team scrambles to manage the chaos, whispering about whether to intervene. Stallone's intensity fills the stage, his presence commanding attention as he refuses to be dismissed. Kimmel, for his part, struggles to maintain his composure, his usual charm faltering under the weight of Stallone's unyielding resolve. The interview has become a spectacle, a raw display of clashing personalities that no one can look away from. As the possibility of Stallone walking off grows ever closer, the turning point arrives in the fourth segment. As the confrontation reaches its peak, Stallone, visibly frustrated, accuses Kimmel of crossing a line by bringing up personal matters that were off-limits. His voice booms through the studio, echoing the intensity of his on-screen personas. He speaks of loyalty, family, and the values that have guided him through decades in the spotlight, making it clear he won't tolerate being mocked. Kimmel, caught in the crosshairs, tries to backpedal, offering an apology that feels half-hearted to the audience. The crowd's reaction is mixed, with some shouting support for Stallone while others rally behind Kimmel's attempt to keep the show on track. But Stallone isn't having it. He stands abruptly, his chair scraping against the floor, and declares that he's done with the interview. The audience gasps as he removes his microphone, tossing it onto the desk with a dramatic flourish. Kimmel, stunned, tries to salvage the moment with a quick joke, but it's too late as Stallone is already striding off the stage, his broad shoulders cutting through the spotlight. The crowd erupts into a chaotic mix of cheers, boos, and stunned murmurs, unsure whether this is part of the show or a genuine meltdown. The cameras follow Stallone as he disappears behind the curtain, leaving Kimmel alone on stage, grappling with the sudden turn of events. The host, ever the professional, transitions to a commercial break, but the energy in the room is electric, with whispers of what just happened spreading like wildfire. Social media begins to explode with clips of the moment, as fans and critics alike dissect the clash, speculating on what drove Stallone to such a dramatic exit. As the show resumes after the break, Kimmel addresses the audience with his signature humor, acknowledging the unexpected turn of events. He makes light of Stallone's departure, joking about the intensity of Hollywood legends, but there's a hint of unease in his voice. The audience, still reeling from the drama, laughs nervously, unsure how to process the moment. Behind the scenes, producers are in a frenzy, debating whether to coax Stallone back or move on with the show. Meanwhile, the internet is ablaze with reactions, as clips of the confrontation go viral. Fans of Stallone praise his passion and refusal to be disrespected, while others criticize him for overreacting. Kimmel's supporters defend his provocative style, arguing that it's part of what makes his show unique, while detractors call him out for pushing too far. The narrative takes on a life of its own, with hashtags trending and memes flooding social media platforms. Back in the studio, Kimmel pivots to the next segment, introducing a musical guest to shift the focus, but the shadow of Stallone's exit looms large. The audience, still buzzing, can't stop talking about the clash, with some speculating about what happened backstage. Did Stallone storm out for good, or was it a publicity stunt? The ambiguity only fuels the frenzy, as news outlets pick up the story, analyzing every word and gesture from the heated exchange. The moment becomes a cultural touchstone, a clash of titans that encapsulates the raw emotion and unpredictability of live television. For Stallone, it's a testament to his unyielding spirit. For Kimmel, it's a reminder of the risks of playing with fire. In the aftermath, the Stallone-Kimmel clash becomes a defining moment in pop culture. Talk shows, podcasts, and online forums dissect the incident, with some hailing Stallone as a hero for standing his ground and others labeling him as overly sensitive. Kimmel, in subsequent episodes, addresses the incident with a mix of humor and humility, acknowledging that he may have pushed too hard but defending his role as a host who asks tough questions. Stallone, meanwhile, takes to social media to share his side, emphasizing his commitment to authenticity and his frustration with being misrepresented. The public is divided, with some praising his boldness and others questioning his decision to walk off. The incident sparks broader conversations about celebrity interviews, the role of hosts in challenging their guests, and the fine line between entertainment and provocation. For Stallone, the moment reinforces his image as a passionate, no-nonsense figure who refuses to be boxed in. For Kimmel, it's a lesson in navigating the unpredictable nature of live TV, where even the most seasoned host can be caught off guard. The viral nature of the clash ensures it remains a topic of discussion for weeks, with fans creating montages, parodies, and think pieces about the explosive encounter. Ultimately, the incident cements both men's legacies in their respective fields, as Stallone as the unyielding icon and Kimmel as the daring provocateur. The audience, forever changed by the spectacle, eagerly awaits the next chapter, wondering if the two will ever share a stage again or if this clash will remain a legendary moment in television history.